What's going on, guys? Challenger, and today we're doing something different on the channel. We're going to do a live reaction to this VidDoc. I have never done one of these before. I am very excited for Lightfall. I am a bit behind on it, so let's jump right in. Hopefully not many pauses. Oof. Holy shit! What? Let me turn off closed captions because I can hear, but that is like a picture out of Star... You know what? That looks insane. Sorry.
The stakes are higher than they've ever been.
Yeah, it looks like stakes are higher than they've ever been.
Have we been built to defend the Traveler? Have we been built to defend humanity? The Witness is going to bring all of that to the test.
What is that? How would we react if we were facing
Dude.
extinction? And how are we going to stand together to overcome
That
it?
was a crazy opening. Good job, Bungie.
We were created for this moment, to deal with this conflict, to solve for this enemy.
I don't know why, but this opening got me so hyped as
What
is.
the hell happens when evil
Wait, what the
finally
hell?
arrives and confronts the Traveler?
The Witness just floating in space? Oh, man. That opening is going to be wild. That's how it starts. The last cutscene was crazy.
The Traveler is threatened. The Witness is here. Callus's forces are here as well. The Pyramid fleet is here. Big
Dude.
shit is going down.
Thank you. Big shit is going down. Dude, that like
Lightfall should
was
feel
remarkable.
like you have stepped into the middle of an active war.
Yeah,
One of the
it looks like
values
it.
that we really wanted to push was making sure that you felt like the tip of the spear. You were the one who
You know what? I'm a Titan that look
action.
actually pretty
You were
cool.
the one who is
Even though I'm
taking
so
control. You were
disappointed
the
by
one
that
who was
super.
attacking things. What this tone gave us the chance to do
Dude.
was to really surface the friendship, the camaraderie, the connections that we have to each other.
Kaido, we'll need your troops.
If the end of the
I wanna
universe
see
is
Kaido
coming,
fight.
what do we have left other than each other?
Keep the enemy away from the Traveler at all cost.
Bro.
There's a pretty big, serious
Whoa.
threat that is happening to the solar system. So we really
Dude.
wanted to bring that gravity and that weight into the story.
In a major way, what we're doing right now is we're both setting up the finale for the Light and Darkness saga. We're pulling the Witness into the frame for the first time.
The big question has been, what does it want with the Traveler? What will happen when it finds it? And in Lightfall,
I want more
it does
context to
find
this
it.
scene.
I feel like the Witness is so drastically different from any other antagonist that we've had in Destiny in the
Dude.
past. You know, a lot of our
That was
Destiny
wild, that
antagonists
beginning. I'm
are,
still not over it.
over the top and theatrical in their own way. And then we have the Witness, who's just so
What's happening? He's just did the Traveler just bounce? Because that looks like it's Earth, and he's just floating in
reserved.
space.
It's all about control with the Witness.
The Witness is here to finish what the collapse started. Now, there's Callus. Always been power hungry, in it for himself. He's now signed on as one of the Witness's disciples.
We're seeing Callus go through a transformation and emerge as something new.
My semblance matches my inner beauty.
Oh, he's gold.
Odds are stacked against you. The
That
Witness has
narcissist.
arrived. We got Callus. Everything's under attack. How do we deal with this? And then you find this thread.
Okay, here's Strand.
We knew we wanted to do another Darkness
They need to
power
impress me
in
with
Destiny.
this as a
Are
Titan.
we gonna do what everyone thinks we're gonna do? Are we gonna make like poison? No. We're gonna do something that you'd only find in Destiny. We're gonna go talk about this thing called Strand, and it's the web of life.
You know, I will say, I was one of the major people that were kind of just, I'm like, it has to be poison, it has to be poison, it has to be poison. A lot of other people felt as I did. So, like, I'm a bit shocked that Strand is the outcome. Good for them. However, I am still a little bit disappointed with the Titans. I feel like it could have
What does it
gotten
mean to
better
have a cosmic
with some of the
web
stuff, but
that's
it is what it
connecting
is.
Everything around you. How do you actually make that like an ability? How do you make that like a power? It's
So, like, the Hunters. We're going to see the Hunters probably right now. These guys look like they got a lot of thought, a lot of, I don't know, just watch. It's
something
just,
that doesn't actually
I'm sure we're going to
exist.
see
You can't
some
just
wild
point to
stuff.
Fire, electricity, or ice. Coming up with the idea of the strings, the strands lighting up the world.
Come on.
I think that was when
Impress me with the
everything kind of started
Titans.
to come together.
Strand is unlike any of the powers that we've gotten before. We didn't get it from the Traveler. We didn't get it from the Pyramids. It is a power that we find is unlocked within us as Guardians.
Okay, okay. Warlock's looking
Pull
cool.
that thread and you
Warlock's
start
looking cool.
manipulating that web, ooh, you can do some really powerful things.
Like, look at that. Let's go back 2 seconds. Let's go back 2 seconds. Look at that.
Powerful
Just
things.
like, look at that. That's a
There's
warlock.
some exciting player class fantasies coming up with Strand that we're introducing.
That's a warlock.
So we have the Hunter Threadrunner,
Oh.
which is
Oh,
going to
no.
introduce this threaded spike.
The
Bro.
Hunter Super Silk Strike.
Just watch this again.
Spike.
The Hunter Super Silk
And as a Titan main, I get claws. Come on.
It's this kind of rope dart.
Bro.
Constantly moving, constantly attacking.
That's like,
It feels fluid. It has an amazing style.
I
to
don't
it.
like how
It's
they're
something
just making
you've
me
never
feel
seen
bad
in
about being a
Destiny
Titan.
before.
Like, I want a rope like that.
And then there's the Titan Berserker, and the name is pretty fitting.
The Titan Super
I don't
is
get
Blade
it.
Fury,
I don't
where
get the
you weave
name.
These giant blades
Make me
onto
get
your
it.
hands. You have a melee attack that you can kind of combo indefinitely.
All right, the
and
camera
then you
angle
have
look
your
cool.
Heavy attack, which sends out these suspending waves.
And then there's the Warlock
I don't know.
Reaper, the mastermind of the minions that we
Maybe
call
when
the
I play it
Threadweaver.
in the fragments, make it
Warlock,
feel different, but
Broodweaver, Super is Needle Storm. You create 3 sources of power, and then those then get launched out.
these guys,
And then those
by
fly through
far,
the air. When
look
they
the
hit an
coolest for
enemy,
me.
They'll explode. When they hit the
It
ground,
kind of
they will
like
then charge up.
it fit that theory of like this is warlock sorcery, and out of all the class identities, it feels like the warlocks have the more spot on stuff, but it is what it is.
And then turn
I'm a
into
grumpy
thread
Titan
ones.
main. Like, come on. Ooh.
All the classes
I
will
mean,
have access to
I don't know
a
if I want to give up
grapple hook.
grenades
when
though.
you select that,
but
takes up
whatever.
your grenade slot. It was a hard challenge because, like, how can you make this idea of swinging through the world equivalent to a grenade?
You know what's funny about this?
And so
Bungie
designers came
nailed swinging better than Marvel's Avengers with Spider-Man. I just had to put that in there.
up with this idea of a grapple melee.
The
That's
grapple
cool.
melee is incredibly powerful. I grapple onto an enemy, which stuns them.
I wonder
for a
what the
second.
combination could be here.
And then when I get there, I grapple punch, blow them all up, and start shooting, and then the unravel projectiles are flying all over the place.
All that stuff
Is that a strand
coming
gun?
together was magic for me. Oh my god, that's Destiny?
That is true. Welcome to Neo Muna.
Neo Muna has existed for hundreds of years. It branched
I will say that
off from
this whole city, I think, as a tonal shift, is Bungie's boldest since, like, well, Pirates were pretty bold, but this is like
Earth
cyberpunky.
during our collapse and shut off any communication. So they've been
And honestly,
secretly
really,
existing on Neptune.
it rivals the themes that Bungie has showcased for Destiny since Destiny 1. So I don't know. I'm intrigued.
For a
It looks
very long
beautiful,
time and
and
keeping
you know,
themselves
I don't
safe.
see any complaints about what the look is. Like, look
It
at
was
that,
amazing
man.
to see how the concept artist made all of this beautiful art feel really fresh and new, but also a part of the Destiny universe.
Yeah, that's the part that's like impressive. Destiny's identity
When you
still
think about how to
is intact.
design Neo Muna,
Like, that's hard to do, and they did it. But Bungie's also really good at building worlds, so we shouldn't be too surprised on that one.
what's the architecture like? We're thinking of a lot of aerodynamic things, fins and sailboats.
Because Neptune's
That
windy.
informs us sort of the architectural form language that kind of looks unlike anything we've ever seen before.
The high winds.
Yeah, yeah. So Neptune in reality is like really windy, like dangerously windy. So, I mean, the fact that we're on Neptune is just pretty cool itself. It's like, as a kid, it's like, ooh, you think of like these fantasies about our planets.
Strong pressure. We have that beach area where we show the sand is made out of diamonds.
What?
The whole terrain is following up into the beginning of the city. The color, the graphic design, the vibrancy, and yeah, there's some mysteries in there.
The cool thing about Neo Muna is that it's like this big neon-soaked city, but it has quite a spectrum of different environments.
I think my favorite absolutely is the Thrillodrome. It is an arcade lost sector, and I think we can relate
An
to
arcade
spending
lost
our
sector?
days in a
What?
sticky arcade, playing games with our buddies.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I'm also so excited for people to see the puka pond with all of the pukas that
You know what's funny? I got a puka on my desk right now. Got the collector's edition, and it came with a puka.
have been like such a mystery since Beyond Light.
So cool.
And then on the other side of the city is Callus's ship. The Typhon
That was a big boat
Imperator
that Titan had.
has landed square in Ahimsa Park.
You see that the
Jesus.
city is indeed kind of in shambles in parts. There's smoke, there's explosions in the air, and I just go back to the teamwork of everybody getting into a room and thinking like, what can we do to make this feel high octane, very explosive, and familiar?
Yeah, like,
This is a city that
Wow.
needs the Guardians' help and needs their protection, and Callus is going to do his level best to destroy it, and we're not going to let them, and neither are the Cloud Striders.
you know, okay, before we continue about the Cloud Striders, I don't know, I want to see if they mention this, but I feel like they're heavy Silver Surfer inspired beings. Because they
There's a lot
fly,
new
I don't know, they're pretty cool.
about Lightfall. We
The
have
li-
this
the
new
little we've seen,
location,
at least.
And it has these new personalities that come along with it. They're defenders of this city, and they have new perspectives that we really haven't seen in characters in Destiny, and that's taking the form of the Cloud Striders,
Now that's concept art. That right there is some concept art.
Nimbus and Rohan.
I understand what's at stake, Lightbearer. Far better than you.
He's not a light bearer. Damn, that
Rohan
hurts.
is the grizzled old.
That hurt. Even though that guy Rohan's voice sounds pretty cool. Also, it sounds like Lord of the Rings Rohan. It's like my favorite trilogies.
Veteran who's too old.
Hope they have
for
cool,
this
cool
shit.
music.
And Nimbus is the young rookie. Nimbus is learning.
Look
on
at that.
the job.
Silver Surfer vibes. Come on.
Nimbus
Not the
was
only one.
definitely a favorite of ours to animate. They're so boisterous and fun-loving and a little smug, but super confident in their abilities.
The Cloud Striders.
What the hell was that noise?
Smug, but super confident in their abilities.
The Cloud Striders.
What was that?
Bottom line are cool.
Nimbus, on your stakes.
Alright. Just chilling, fighting a Tormentor. Oh, speaking of Tormentors.
We want the tormentors
Oh my god. That is terrifying.
to be the most scary unit that you've ever fought in the Destiny universe.
Holy crap, this combatant is very powerful. It means business.
It's incredibly intimidating. This thing wields a massive scythe, has command over all this void energy.
Void, huh?
The Tormentor can like
Shit.
grab you, and that's something we'd never really done before with the boss.
Throws out the scythe, has the player in his hands.
And in those moments for Dark Harvest, we actually do things with audio to make it feel even more intimate, where we duck out.
Imagine that in first person. Oh, that would be absolutely
have this
terrifying.
intimate moment with this terrifying creature grabbing you.
Wow. The war at home.
Lightfall and Season of Defiance are two sides of the Destiny coin. And so on the Lightfall side, we have crazy neon cities going on an adventure far away, sort of bombastic action fantasy. On the Season of Defiance side of the coin, it's a story that's much more closer to home.
Aww.
Season of Defiance is a
EDZ getting some love at it, as it should. I have been wanting the EDZ to get some love since like the Red War. I've been very vocal about it to my friends. So
about the ground war on Earth.
Whoa, this is-
Callus's forces are invading, and we're defending Earth.
Did it make a
We're
forward operating
freeing
base?
prisoners.
Go.
We're trying
Not
to
Mithrax.
protect
Oh,
the
I
last
thought they
city,
captured
but
Mithrax,
much
those
more
son of a guns.
directly and under much more threat than we have seen in a long time.
You're working with Petra, you're working with Devram, you're working with all these people that you know that are close
Devram is getting some spotlight. That's something I didn't think would ever happen.
to home and that are battling for the real thing you're trying to save.
What? What the hell is that mask? What the hell is that?
We have a lot of weapons and armor for players to earn, and I'm super excited to see what you've been working on.
We have a couple of strand exotics. The warlocks are getting what's called swarmers. They're these boots that will, on tangled destruction, create new threadlings at that location. Now they can either shoot it, or they can pick up a tangle and throw a tangle, and then that will also create threadlings.
That's
Hunters are
okay.
getting this helmet that will help them grab.
That looks menacing. But also, this will probably be a nightmare in PvP.
Grapple through the air. As you grapple, you gain this new ability called Woven Mail, and it's reducing the incoming damage except for headshots. The Titans get boots that will augment a aspect that they
What is that?
have. The aspect itself will just
Look at those eyes. Staring into my soul.
send out a wave that will suspend enemies in front of their barricade after casting it, but the boots will split it up into 3 waves. Whenever they spend an enemy with these boots on, they also gain Woven Mail. So pushing the front line further and further by being tanky.
I have been caught by those boots a couple times in our playtest. We have this incredibly cool heavy metal machine gun that fires according to
this thing
its
looks
own rhythm,
pretty
where
cool.
it gets alternate effects every 4th bullet, and then every 16th bullet, it gets even more added to it. So we have this pistol that will use advanced technology to find your enemies. And so suddenly you're not worrying about...
See, I'm not a sidearm guy. And Striga, the exotic SMG you get with Witch Queen, never really boded my intention either. So I don't know how I feel about
You're
this.
really worrying about surviving during the lock-on time, and it opens you up to consider your movement more than your aiming. Being able to lock on to multiple guys in your field of vision and then just obliterate all of them was, I think, a moment where I kind of went, whoa.
Is this the raid?
We're introducing a ton of new features that are designed to make sure that the player experience
No, they were not going to show the raid.
are as good as they can
My
be.
tease though.
I think one of the things we're most excited about are loadouts and what we're calling build crafting 2.0, which is the system of both, hey, let's make it...
Okay. So there's two things I want to this. Will this replace Dim? Or will this supplement Dim? I hope it supplements Dim, or Dim supplements this, because I do like these third-party applications. They offer different things. I will say the explanation and the display of these guns here are definitely good on a basic level. One thing I am noticing, guys, is the mods. Wow, man, they it's weird not seeing Elemental Wells or Font of Might. I mean, we'll see how things play out, but crazy.
More understandable to how you make a build. And then let's
See,
allow
I
you
like
to
this.
save that build and quickly swap between them.
When we started the process of figuring out how we are going to improve...
That's a lot of work,
crafting,
man.
One of the things that we knew we needed to
UI
do
ain't
was
easy.
make it easier to go from, I have never done any build crafting, to I'm really engaged in this system. When we engaged with the UI team and we said, we need to improve this experience, they came back with, well, what if we did a build management screen and let you see your whole build on one screen?
It's all in one place. You can see it, you can read it, you can learn. And that coupled with our Guardian ranks, that's gonna come in and basically be our first ever companion to every single player.
That's cool.
Guardian ranks is
That
our
is cool.
answer to what should I be doing in Destiny if I want to get better. You have this track that tells you what you should be doing. We're really excited for players to start diving into that system along with accommodations, a way to finally...
So it's a way of just like, you know, teaching blueberries how not to be blueberries or to expose blueberries anymore. I think that's pretty funny.
say thank you to players that you've been playing with. We think all of this stuff is coming together to bring this more cohesive relationship between our players. When we think about the future of Destiny, we think there's so much more to discover. We're just on the coast right now. We want to get into the heart of this continent.
We are walking to our 10-year anniversary of Destiny, and Destiny.
That 10-year thing is just bananas. I was talking about with someone before how like the image we first see ever, the cover of Destiny, got showcased in that cutscene, And I think that was the most emotional part for me. Besides, spoiler alert, Rasputin dying. It's just bananas that it's been 10 years. And my love for this franchise, I feel like, has even grown. Or at least, I don't want to say even has even grown. It's just grown exponentially. It's just a loss for words type of situation.
Being such a core part of our players' lives, we just want to keep building Destiny.
We've been talking about this antagonist to the Traveler for so long. In Lightfall, we get to spend time with the Witness in a way that we haven't yet.
We're paying off storylines that have been coming together and been building for years.
More questions will certainly arise.
We have this finale with the final shape that's coming right after Lightfall, where we're closing down the Light and Darkness saga.
Jeez. That's terrifying. This whole experience,
But
this whole
Destiny is
thing's
far
been
from
terrifying, in my opinion.
This universe is about more than the conflict between the Traveler and the Pyramids, and we want to show you new ways to explore it. We want to show you new things to discover in the universe, because we think that Destiny has a lot to offer, and Lightfall is the catalyst for that.
Whoa.
It's high stakes, thrilling action, all at the same time, pushing the Destiny story to places it's never been before.
Up. That was the raid tease. I think it was. Well, there's a few things I want to say before we wrap this up. Let's go to the beginning. This image here on screen. Jesus, why is it loading? Dude. Why is it? Oh, the premiere ended, so that's probably why. All right, so this image right here. Oh man, I want to. There's a few things. I wish they did a little bit more. We'll mute this too, so you don't hear the audio. Just like this opening for this VidDoc just showcases the pure scale of this conflict. Now, I have no idea what's going to resolve, because obviously that's Callus' ship in the middle. This dude is on Neo Numa. What the hell happened to the Traveler? I have a theory. Savathun takes, or at least we do something to hide the Traveler in the Ascendant Plane for Savathun. We go forth with that, and that's a way I think we can hide it. And we need to go to Neptune for this Vel artifact, because the Vel is going to expose all this stuff. I don't know, but I think we're doing something. Or maybe Savathun makes a return and helps us in our most desperate hour. This whole thing, this whole opening, absolutely bananas. That's an image I never thought I would see. Now, there is a few other parts I want to mention. The fact that you see the alliances here of, the Queen of the Woken. We saw Mithrax and Keitel. We see the Exo Stranger. We see a lot of these revolving characters all together in this fight for what they say, the fight for the universe. It's just bananas. Absolutely bananas. One thing I will say here is we see Osiris messing with Strand. He is no longer a light bearer, so it's intriguing to see him take on a new ability, or at least have the capabilities of messing with Strand. I think that's very fitting. Don't make Osiris powerless, just give him the lack of getting revived. What's another thing I've never kind of thought, but like the fact that this dude, the Witness, is in space is just wild. Like, I just can't fathom the fact that the Witness, oh wait, where is it? Right, oh man, oh, it's so big. It's just like he's in space, and it's crazy. This whole experience, this whole expansion has got me very excited. I cannot wait to see what is to come. I am waiting desperately to see the results, but let me know your guys' thoughts on this little VidDoc. I think it was one of the solid ones that they've ever done. I don't know if I'll label it my favorite. It definitely calmed down after the opening, but everything I saw was promising, especially with the settings and the build crafting, and just overall the story seems to be more coherent than it's ever been, and everything is kind of coming together, which I think is great. I don't know where the Traveler is. It does seem like the Traveler does disappear. So maybe we'll get answers, or we should get answers when Lightfall comes around. But that being said, let me know your guys' thoughts down below. I have talked too repeatedly without a sip of coffee. So if you guys enjoyed this video, drop this video a like. If you guys are new here and want more content from me, definitely hit the subscribe button and the bell to be notified for when I drop more content. But until that's all I got for this one. Shed Energy here, and I'm out.